mean by that is rangers.
World Rhino Day was started by our very own WWF SA in 2010 and since then has grown every year. Now, at the heart of the rhino poaching crisis is the myth that rhino horn contains curative properties. World Rhino Day is all about debunking that myth and spreading the word around the world. And what better way to spread that word than through the world's youth? And that's why I'm here, to find out and share with you in the next 180 seconds what they're doing about the rhino poaching crisis at the World Youth Rhino Summit.
From our planet's most famous democracies like France and America, to the governing body of the United Nations, our world's youth have been roped into helping combat social and economic issues. The thinking is clear. Find the young visionaries who stand out as leaders in their countries and include them in finding solutions to problems they will have to tackle in adulthood. The world's first Youth Rhino Summit was held in the temporary tented village in the middle of the world-famous Umfolozi Game Reserve in KwaZulu Natal. Nearly 150 teenagers from around the world attended, and Bonne was keen to hear what they had heard about the rhino poaching crisis back home.
What brought you here? Why did you decide to attend the summit?
In Chile, nobody knows what is happening with the rhinos, so I decided to come here to tell people like this big issue on Africa.
There's not really any awareness of this problem in New Zealand at all.
We have to act now, or future generations will look back at us and say, why did you not act sooner? Why is it that you guys had rhino in your childhood, but we do not now?
What do you think is the biggest challenge concerning this crisis?
I think it's that people don't realise the consequences of what's going on.
Demand has to stop in order to save the rhino.
While the international delegates had great solutions and offered interesting alternatives, it was the South African delegation that Bonne was most keen to hear from.
Do you think it's now up to you guys, the youth, to save the rhino?
I think that you play a major role in this. As soon as we become the people in charge of rhino conservation, being the new game rangers, we can do something educating the younger people, the next generation and so on, into actually preserving the rhino.
It was a full agenda for the attendees. One rhino elder flew in to speak directly to them. Many of the delegates said meeting world-famous rhino conservationist Dr. Ian Player was a highlight for them. The delegates will return home as rhino ambassadors, taking what they learned back with them. A vital message most important for the Vietnamese delegation, with a lot of hope and expectation resting on their shoulders.
Guys, I've noticed on all the media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, everyone is talking about you guys. The delegation from Vietnam arriving in Durban, arriving at the summit. Are you aware that you are carrying the hopes of an entire nation?
Well, we are the one that cares about the poaching crisis in Vietnam as well as South Africa. But most people in Vietnam haven't got the awareness about that problem. So after the trip, I will disseminating in schools so that children can have more knowledge about the problem.
It has been said that our children may save us if they are taught to properly care for our planet. It seems as if they have a few things to teach us. And that's your Rhino Brief. Until next time.